Hi, this is a small tutorial about how to track markers in KineticLab. So to track markers, you need the video with markers, of course. Then you need to go to Detectors and Markers tab. Now there's a little guide at each step that should help you get through the process even the first time without issues. So you can start, for example, by trying to track the markers, click on it, and it tells you, no, you first need to select the joints in which the markers are located. Okay, let's do that. Here for convenience, I'll only do it on 3 of them. Okay, that should be it, maybe. No, okay. The other thing you need to do is to select the colors of the markers. Okay, let's zoom in. To do so, what you need to do is to bring this box more or less to the center of the marker, to a representative color of the marker itself. And the other thing you need to do, but is not strictly required at the beginning, is to set the size of the box in which KineticLab is going to look for the marker. So in this case, KineticLab is going to crop this box and it's going to try to find the markers in this box only. I'll tell you how to set the box and the appropriate size of the box later. So now we are ready. If we turn on the detector, it seems working. You can see it work because the blue square is around the marker. Now to make sure it works, we can go to on screen, select these joints and look them up, make this one a bit smaller because it's always very thick. So yeah, and the markers have been successfully detected. So things you need to know. First of all, KineticLab only tracks rounded markers, like in this case. So this case is good. And they have to be high contrast with their immediate background and possibly a different color from anything else in the image. So some cases are in which, for example, in this box, you might have more markers of the same color, and that can confuse the system. The system has some means to try to detect which one is which, but if they all have the same color, it can lead to confusion. So in this case, it's particularly well done because all the 3 markers have different colors. But sometimes you have some limitations due to the colors of the clothing or whatever. So for example, in this particular video, for example, there might be some confusion here. You see the box is detecting also something of the similar type here because the color of this label and the markers are similar. Now, the other thing you should be quite aware is the size of this box. Okay, this is very important, and I cannot give you a specific size because it depends on your video, how big the athlete is on the image, the quality of your camera, the amount of movement, if the marker is big or small relative to the number of pixels you have in your camera, so it's very complex. I give you a suggestion, which I think is going to work in 90+% of the cases. What you should know is that bigger boxes are more robust to noise. Smaller boxes are less robust. So let's, for example, make the box really small in this case, and that's going to actually create a problem. Because if the box is too small, then the detection might fail. You see here, we actually don't have any successful detection. He's just guessing from the AI. Make it a bit bigger, maybe, will probably still fail, yeah. So it needs to be big enough so that the red box here is around the marker, more or less around the marker, okay? If it's too small, even if you see it, it's a faulty detection and might create problems in the future. But once you get the size of the box correctly, if you don't change camera, if you don't meaningfully change your settings, you're not gonna have any further problems with this box and you don't need to set it up. The other thing to know is that once the colors have been set, you don't have to change them either. So as long as you keep them constant in those joints. So for example, let's just quickly load the same video because it has exactly the same stuff. Okay, let's try. You see there are no blue boxes around this marker. So this, of course, a new video has been just uploaded, although it's the same video. Let's just, okay, run this. Let's make the box a bit bigger. Okay, let's start the markers. And you can see how the system automatically figure out where the markers were because they were just the same color. So again, as long as you keep the colors the same and the setup is the same, you don't really need to change this color setting, and it will be really, really fast to use within a session especially. Okay, that's all from me, and explains how to set up markers. There is also a possibility to fix the detection of the markers, which you can find in another video, in case the detection just keeps failing in a specific case. Okay, thank you very much for listening, and bye.